Welcome back. Amrit Pratap Singh, you're joining us on Newsx. JDU MP Sanjay Kumar Jha led delegation has paid floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Tokyo following a meeting with the Indian ambassador to Japan. Anand Kumar is joining us for more on this story. Anand Kumar, visuals coming in from Tokyo. The delegation led by Sanjay Jha has paid tributes to Mahatma Gandhi there.
Yeah, Uday, look, today after arriving in Japan, the delegation first visited the Indian embassy over there, and there they were briefed by the Indian ambassador C.B. George that how India is going to give a very strong message on its zero tolerance against terrorism. And soon after visiting there, they paid their tributes to Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Tokyo, and they paid their floral tributes over there after arriving in Japan. So clearly a message is being sent that how Mahatma Gandhi followed the principles of non-violence and he was completely against any form of violence. So clearly this is a very strong message that is being given by the Indian delegation led by Sanjay Kumar Jha, which also includes TMC Abhishek Banerjee and BJP Aparajita Sarangi among others. So clearly this delegation will be meeting several of the government officials and government representatives and ministers during their brief visit to Japan, that how Pakistan and Pakistan-sponsored terrorism was behind the Pahalgam terror attack that took place on April 2022, and during which 26 of the innocent tourists, including a Nepali citizen, were killed in a very brutal attack that took place in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, and following which India launched Operation Sindoor, and it was reason why India targeted the Pak-sponsored terror launch pads, 4 in Pakistan and 5 in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So a very clear message is being sent that why India had to carry out Operation Sindoor with its policy of zero tolerance on terrorism. And they will also brief the government officials and representatives over there that how India did not target any of the civilian or residential areas of Pakistan during May 7th Operation Sindoor, and that how Pakistan, after the launch of the Indian attack, they targeted several of the civilian areas in Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan and in Gujarat. So clearly this delegation will have a detailed meeting and detailed presentation with the government officials over there. Back to you there.
All right, stay with us. In fact, we're getting more news coming in. Now, there are as many as 7 multi-party delegations that will be articulating India's stance against terrorism across 33 countries. As of now, delegation of members of parliament led by JDU MP Sanjay Kumar Jha is in Japan. Meanwhile, we also know that Shrikant Shinde-led delegation has landed in UAE. All delegations are carrying a customized dossier prepared by Indian intelligence and foreign policy experts. This dossier highlights Pakistan's decades-long support and promotion of terror. The dossier details direct links between Pakistani state institutions and terror outfits like the LET, the JEM and the Haqqani network. Additionally, clinching evidence from Mumbai 2611, Pathankot, Pulwama and Pahalgam attacks is also elucidated upon. The financial and digital trail of terror funding from Pakistan to sleeper cells in multiple nations are also detailed. It will also be highlighting the major international terror attacks, including the 9/11 World Trade Center incident and the 2005 London bombings that had direct or indirect links to Pakistan. Well, India, of course, has made it clear that Operation Sindoor is our policy towards terror. India's biggest diplomatic outreach has now begun. Anand Singh is joining us live on this big story. Anand, what is going to be on the agenda of these multi-party delegations? We are learning that they're carrying a terror dossier exposing Pakistan.
Yeah, Uday, look, India's history on how it has been affected by the Pak-sponsored terrorism. So clearly, the Indian delegates are carrying a complete dossier detailing how they were behind the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, in which 167 people had died, and which also includes a complete detailed note on Hafiz Saeed and also on several of the terror masterminds residing in Pakistan. So clearly, this delegation will also include all the terror attacks that had took place post 2014 also, which includes Pathankot, Uri, Pulwama and all. And beside that, the Pahalgam dossier is also there with the delegates, that how Pak-sponsored terrorism was behind this brutal terror attack that took place on April 2022. So clearly they will be briefing all the government representatives over there in 33 countries, as 7 delegations are going, that they will brief that how JEM, Hizbul Mujahideen, LET and Haqqani network, and beside that TRF, the resistance force that has been formed by JEM. So they will also brief on that how and when and where they have been carrying out such all the terror activities, and how the training is being provided in Pakistan, and how Pakistan's ISI and their military establishment is also giving them a safe haven to use their soil, to use their resources to train the terror network over there and then send them to India. So clearly all these dossiers will contain the detailed information of their financial transaction trails, that how Pakistan is sponsoring the terror activities, and also how they have been sponsoring terror in India in several parts of the country in last few years. So all these things will be on the agenda of the Indian delegates, who will be meeting and briefing several of the government representatives, government officials while their visit to several countries. Back to you then.
All right. Group Captain UK Devnath, defense expert, in fact, joins us on the broadcast. Group Captain Devnath, do you believe this is a great exercise, the first of its kind, that has been kick-started by India? Delegations have already reached Japan and also the UAE. More delegations expected to reach more destinations like Russia very, very soon. Group Captain Devnath.
Yes, Uday, a very fine, subtle and sophisticated diplomatic offensive launched by India against Pakistan. World at large has to be convinced that Pakistan remains epicenter of terror. Our delegations which are going to these countries, more than 33 countries, have been briefed in India by representatives of External Affairs Ministry, by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri himself. And now when they reach these countries, their first briefing is done in that country by our ambassadors or high commissioners. Thereafter, they will be meeting the government officials from host countries. It has to be seen that most of these countries have already supported India or India's point of view after Pahalgam terror attack. In fact, many of these countries have directly or indirectly accused Pakistan for masterminding Pahalgam attack. More will come in next 2 or 3 days as these delegates meet government officials from host countries, because some of the host countries, they are very close to Pakistan. They have been, some of the host countries, I'll not take name, but they have been supporting Pakistan through financing Pakistan's economy by providing trade and technology opportunities to Pakistan. So probably there is a case where we convince these host countries that they must give only a calculated support to Pakistan and definitely not support Pakistan when it comes to terrorist activities anywhere in the world, especially in India. Yes, Uday?
Also, you know, the Group Captain Devnath, each of the delegations is tasked with this terror dossier. So it's not just allegations or mere words, but it's going to be backed up with facts and proof and evidence, Group Captain Devnath.
Absolutely. There is no doubt that world will believe India. World already believes us, but it will definitely believe us more once we give them some credible informations and evidence. World is, we are staying in a rule-based world, and everyone, all countries have denounced terrorism. We all want to live in a peaceful world. We must have seen that wherever our delegation goes, first of all, we pay our respect to Mahatma Gandhi's statue, which invariably is installed in all the capitals of the world. Now, what is very, very important here is that the host country has to be convinced deliberately, slowly, without being too pushy. It should not appear as an aggressive marketing by our Indian diplomatic cadre. what has happened, Uday? If like I was speaking to my friends and relatives who were staying in Europe or America, Pakistan somehow has been able to launch its case a wee bit ahead of India. Immediately in the aftermath of Pahalgaon, Pakistan floated large amount of media content, print or electronic, in Western countries, saying that Pahalgaon attack was not orchestrated by Pakistan, but it was orchestrated by liberators, Azadi ke Diwane, who are based within India. Similarly, after Operation Sindoor was launched, Pakistani diplomatic community immediately on 7th, 8th, 9th, they met all their counterparts in host countries,
Yes.
Pakistan media, and they convinced them that it was India which was an aggressive country and it was Pakistan who was defending its sovereignty. So now we have to go in a mild, soft diplomatic offensive without it being very, very aggressive. Yes.
More reactions meanwhile coming in on this big story.
हम दुनिया को ये बताएंगे कि पाकिस्तान और भारत को एक ही तराजू पर तौलना ठीक नहीं है। दुनिया के फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन से पैसे लेकर आतंकवादियों को पालने और पोसने वाले देश को आइसोलेट करना जरूरी है। दुनिया को ये भी बताएंगे कि ये सोच भी ठीक नहीं है कि अगर उनके देश में होता है तो आतंकवाद है, भारत में होता है तो भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच का मामला है। हम पहलगाम से लेकर सीज फायर तक सारे इंसिडेंट्स को विद प्रूफ।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to reach Bikaner in Rajasthan. He will be visiting the Karni Mata in Bikaner today at 10:30 am. He is slated to inaugurate the redeveloped Deshnok station under the Amrit Bharat Station Scheme and also flag off the Bikaner-Mumbai Express train. Apart from this, he will lay the foundation stone and inaugurate several development projects costing more than 26,000 crore rupees. More than 1,300 stations are being redeveloped with modern facilities under the Amrit Bharat Station Scheme. These, of course, are the big developments coming in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Bikaner in Rajasthan today. Manohar Kesri is joining us for more on this story. Manohar, more than 1,300 stations have been redeveloped. They will be inaugurated today by Prime Minister Modi. Meanwhile, he will also be laying the foundation stone and inaugurating development projects worth almost 26,000 crores in Rajasthan today. Manohar?
देखिए बिल्कुल ये राजस्थान और देश के लिए बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, साथ साथ स्ट्रेटेजिक पॉइंट्स के लिए भी महत्वपूर्ण है। इसलिए महत्वपूर्ण है कि कल ही प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने एक्स पोस्ट पे लिखा है कि इन तमाम प्रोजेक्ट से न सिर्फ सुविधाएं बढ़ेगी बल्कि जो डिफेंस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के जो सामान है वो जो है सो बॉर्डर एरिया में आसानी से हम पहुंचा सकते हैं और जब भी जरूरत पड़ेगा तो पाकिस्तान को मुंहतोड़ जवाब दे सकते हैं। अगर इन प्रोजेक्ट्स की अगर मैं बात करूं तो 103 अब अमृत भारत रेलवे स्टेशन जो रीडेवलप करके बनाया गया है, जो लोकल संस्कृति और विरासत उसमें झलक देखने को मिल रही है, उसको प्रधानमंत्री हरी झंडी दिखलाएंगे। सबसे पहले प्रधानमंत्री श्री करनी माता मंदिर के दर्शन करेंगे, मातृत्व शक्ति के दर्शन करेंगे, क्योंकि आज अगर आप देखेंगे तो पहलगाम हादसे के 1 महीने हो चुके हैं। आतंकी हमले के ऑपरेशन सिंदूर की सफलता के बाद पहली बार प्रधानमंत्री पलाना में एक बड़ी जनसभा को संबोधित करेंगे और वहां से हजारों करोड़ रुपए 26,000 करोड़ से ज्यादा के प्रोजेक्ट को शिलान्यास करेंगे, उद्घाटन करेंगे। देशनोक रेलवे स्टेशन से करनी माता मंदिर के बाद देशनोक रेलवे स्टेशन से 103 अमृत भारत स्टेशन को भी हरी झंडी दिखाएंगे। 6 अलग अलग रेलवे की परियोजनाएं हैं, नई लाइन है, उनमें कई लाइन की आधारशिला भी रखने वाले हैं। एक ट्रेन बीकानेर से मुंबई के लिए हरी झंडी दिखलाएंगे। साथ ही साथ पानी, बिजली और सौर ऊर्जा, साथ साथ नेशनल हाईवे से जुड़े हुए कई प्रोजेक्ट जो राज्य सरकार के भी प्रोजेक्ट है उनको भी हरी झंडी दिखलाएंगे। तो ऐसे में आज का दिन काफी ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है, क्योंकि राजस्थान के साथ साथ उन जो बॉर्डर एरिया, क्योंकि बीकानेर एक ऐसी जगह है यहाँ से कुछ ही दूरी पर जो है वो पाकिस्तान का बॉर्डर लगता है, खाजूवाला है वहां पर, तो प्रधानमंत्री यहाँ से कड़ा संदेश देने वाले हैं। जी
शुक्रिया मनोहर हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। To tackle the problem of waterlogging ahead of monsoon, the Public Works Department and the Irrigation and Flood Control Department will jointly be inspecting the cleaning and repair of drains. All engineers have been instructed to submit their inspection reports for 1,259 kilometers of roads by the 28th of May. Special focus is being given to the cleaning of drains alongside roads under the jurisdiction of the PWD. Remember, this development comes at a time when 5 people were killed in the Delhi-NCR region due to heavy rains, hailstorms and strong winds yesterday. Arzu Seth is joining us for more on this story. Arzu, pre-monsoon showers have begun in Delhi, it seems, and ahead of the monsoon season, obviously it's important that drains are unclogged and desilting is also done.
Well, definitely, Uday, the Public Works Department and the Irrigation and Flood Control Department in Delhi are now taking proactive measures to tackle with the waterlogging issue ahead of the monsoon season. And also, both the department will conduct a joint inspection of drain alongside 1,259 kilometers of roads under the PWD jurisdiction. Also, this collaborative efforts aim to ensure that all drains are proper cleaned and repaired before the monsoons arrive. Also, focus on, there will be on cleaning, and also, in fact, if I could show you the visuals also where I'm present right now, as you can also see, this is one of the Kushak drain where I'm present right now, and as you can also see, there has been GCBs that are standing right now to remove these waste material from the drain, and Kushak drain is one of the biggest drain in the national capital. As you can also see, there are manpower, the workers, the sweepers are also working to clean this drain, and also now, as you can see, the machinery also on ground to clean these drain, and it is what it is said in the the inspections will be done, and also the report will be prepared that will be presented to the minister. So as you can see, this is just one such drain in the national capital. There are several, around 30 small and big drains in the national capital, which needs to be cleaned. Desilting work is being done, and as you can also see, JCBs have been deployed in several areas in such drains to clean and to complete the desilting work before the monsoon arrives in the national capital. Yes, Uday.
Arzu, appreciate you joining us with those details. An encounter has broken out between terrorists and security forces in Kishtwar. Terrorists have been trapped by joint forces in the Singhpura area of Chatru in Kishtwar. 3 to 4 terrorists are trapped in this ongoing encounter there. Ajay Jandia joins us for more on this story. Ajay, what's the latest you can share with us from Kishtwar?
Yes, operations still continue there, and it is to ensure that all the terrorists present over there, they have to be neutralized. According to information, security forces got some specific input about the presence of these terrorists in that area. And immediately after this information came to the forces, they rushed to the spot and area was cordoned off. And during the search operation, terrorists, those who were hiding in in this area, they opened fire on security forces, and operation now is going on, and security forces are ensuring that these terrorists will not be able to flee from this area. So definitely they have to ensure that all the terrorists present over there, they have to be neutralized, as about 3 to 4 group of terrorists, they are roaming in this area of Kishtwar. So priority is to neutralize all the terrorists, but it's a thick forest area, so there are multiple challenges for the forces as well.
Thank you, Ajay, for joining us with those updates. My colleague Simran Babbar has spoken exclusively with Sports Secretary of Daman and Diu and Dadra Nagar and Haveli, Arun T, on Diu hosting the Khelo India Beach Games.
Khelo India Beach Games are happening in Diu, and this is the first time that the beach games that held last year by the local administration, where Madhya Pradesh, a non-coastal state, emerged as a winner, is taking place in Diu. And what you can see behind me is in fact the glimpse why Diu is being considered and chosen the location perfect, fitting, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi also remarked, for Diu. In the coming years as well, Khelo India Beach Games are going to be seen happening in Diu. And to speak about it, we have Dr. Arun, the Secretary Sports. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Right now, in fact, the Khelo India Beach Games are being held. Over 1,000 athletes from over 30 states are participating. But it all started last year with the beach games. The evolution has come, in fact, a long way. And when we speak about the kind of arrangements, it has widened and explored. How do you look forward to the arrangements and also conducting the beach games in Diu, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi also considered as a fitting choice?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. In fact, under the guidance of our Honorable Administrator, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Shri Praful Patel sir, we did our first multi-sport beach games. This is the first of its kind. In fact, if you see in the sports arena, beach games is a very novel concept. Even the World Beach Games or Asian Beach Games have started only after 2000s. So in India, we started as in 2024 Jan. We started as the first multi-sport beach events in which 8 sports discipline actively participated and around 1,700 athletes were there. Based on the tremendous success of that, and in fact last time also around 28 states and union territories participated. So the success was huge, and in fact it was featured in Honorable Prime Minister's Mann Ki Baat also. So this year Government of India thought that we should do the Khelo India edition of the beach games. So the first edition of Khelo India Beach Games is now being held here from 19th May to 24th May 2025. So there are more than 31 states and union territories that are participating. Around 2,200 athletes and other participants are here. So it's a vibrant kind of a thing, and it's a great privilege and a honor that we are hosting the first Khelo India Beach Games.
When we talk about Diu, after the first day, the local talent of Diu has emerged as the first gold winners. And in Penchak Silat, which is a very technical sport, with the points being given on kind of art and the creativity, we have 3 students and 3, in fact, athletes who emerged as gold winners. How do you think this is also going to be a way forward to promote the local sport enthusiasm, especially from the Union Territory of Daman and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli?
It has become another platform for the, of course, the Government of India's Khelo India initiative is a very great initiative where not only the competitive kind of a thing, and even Khelo India Center for Excellence are also there. So this kind of, if you see last year, the maximum award winners, maximum gold winners were from Madhya Pradesh, so which is a non-coastal state, as you said. So there is a lot of passion and aspiration to participate in each and every sport. If you see, when I interact with the athletes from across the states, they are very passionate. They want to come compete, and these start some sort of a trickle-down effect, where our own players also start preparing for next year Khelo India, whatever the beach games are there. And we are seeing now we have just kept 8 disciplines, and maybe in future if SAI and the Government of India approves, we can increase the number of sports discipline also, so that more and more sporting culture will also start growing. Thank you.
All right. In fact, Khel ke Sitare Diu ke Kinare is what the logo echoes here around Diu. And as I can tell you, there is a fresh air which is indicating that the sport enthusiasm and the dedication of sportsmanship is only encouraged. This is Simran with video journalist Dinesh Thakur for Newsx in Diu.